Torte de Lini here. Let's just jump right into this patch summary. Not gonna waste your time. I'm sure you were just like me and checked how big the scroll bar was to see if this patch was as big as we hoped, and it's not. In terms of item changes, only 6 items were affected and not by much. The ones we know and care about the most are Hand of Midas and Heart of Tarask. Combined, they damper a lot of advantages that patch 7.34D provided for strength-based heroes. So while they didn't nerf how much health you get from strength, something that was increased in patch 7.33 and why everyone is so tanky lately, they did make it harder and longer to reach this incredible item, making the time some of these strength heroes come online much later and thus less oppressive throughout the game. So heroes like Centaur, Necrophos, Spectre, Primal Beast, Ogre Magi are all heroes seriously affected by these changes for these items. So in terms of hero changes, only 29 were adjusted for this patch, not as much as we think, but the key heroes are Bristleback. He received some damage reduction to his Quill Spray and Bristleback damage threshold and Herald efficiency. Chaos Knight had his Chaos Strike nerfed, so now he isn't as safe to lane with as in the previous patch. Dark Willow had Shadow Realm cooldown increased, so it's much harder for turbo players to pull off that infinite Shadow Realm combo. Dazzle's Blink Dagger is no longer affected by bad juju. Before it was just impossible to catch him. Earth Spirit's Rolling Boulder cooldown now begins after he finishes his roll, so he won't be escaping as easily or spamming that ability. Kunkka is going through a dry spell. Ghost Ship, Tidal Wave, Torrent Storm all have been nerfed to be less oppressive and spammed. Muerta's The Calling has been nerfed also, so it's not as long and the slow has been scaled. This makes it so when putting a single level in The Calling when you play her as a carry is so much less efficient. But this nerf is not as effective with her as a support since she maxes it out first next to Deadshot. Necrophos has also been dinged up. Deathseeker has a longer cooldown so you don't farm as quickly with it, and Heartstopper Aura is not as effective as it was before from the regen duration being nerfed to ag scepter value reduced. Primal Beast is gonna face some mana issues finally, with Trample being a permanent 90 mana cost and Pulverize having a longer cooldown, means less ganks with it and less farming ancients with it. Lastly, Spiritbreaker's Charge of Darkness has a higher cooldown to make his Octarine build a little less efficient and should return people to the Ags version, but however that also got another second in its cooldown, so overall less charges. So in my opinion, personally, I feel these changes are insufficient. It's nice to see some truly annoying heroes get nerfed. While they busted up Ancient Apparition, I don't know why. Hopefully these changes influence teams to pick more agi based mid-game ending heroes. I think in terms of carries that might come out of this patch is probably heroes that go late game but are agility based. So Faceless Void, Luna, Spectre are probably my top 3 recommendations for heroes to play. I think there are still some areas missed, like Bristleback Ag Scepter not scaling with levels in Bristleback, or Timbersaul's Whirling Death not piercing through BKB, or Phase Boots and Blade Mail working really well together in terms of giving sufficient amount of armor for a lot of core strength heroes like Dawnbreaker and Primal Beast and Centaur Runner. Don't forget, a lot of these heroes, are also pretty untouchable when most supports are picking up Solar Crest, since it's incredibly powerful to buy. Lastly, in terms of future updates, Valve did mention that Frostivus is coming with a bunch of gameplay features and cosmetics, but also that the largest major patch may be coming instead in 2024 as opposed to what felt like it was coming this year. Ringmaster also coming in 2024. Number 5, lastly, stay tuned for my hero build updates and see you on stream where I'll be testing the patch out. Should be a new video update for the guides next week or the week after.